Greetings and salutations, YouTubers and malefactors. We're back here at Stop Logic Motorsports, and, well, we're looking at a set of these today. A set of Steg Pegz. I've never actually had them before, but I've been curious about them for a while. You know, long time listener, first time caller sort of situation. Yes, I still promise I'm going to work on the bar vibration video, but we're having to work on getting our last steps of our move done. So tomorrow we have a rental truck. So my truck's been in the shop for ages. And we're gonna be getting all the rest of our stuff here, and importantly my tools, so we can take these bars off and on a number of times to switch and test the bar vibration. But we're gonna be working on something different today. I have a set of these to match my YZ as well, but that's still also in the shop getting its refresh over at LDR suspension. So basically this looks like a very simple installation. You take your subframe bolt out, you put it on there, take your plastic bolt out, put that through there, bada bing bada boom, you're done. And the main reason I'm getting these and trying these, they didn't exist when I was younger. So I mean, also when I was younger though, I actually had a thing called upper body strength. Now I have kind of like a thing called lower body width and a lack of upper body strength and a few more years on me. So we're gonna toss these on. I'm going to kind of get a general feel for them. And a couple of folks in my, well, that are on my Facebook page for Stop Logic actually recommended these to me, since I do have some sort of, I do have issues also with my nerves and such. Not like my nerves as far as like being afraid of things, nerves as far as like my nerve damage in my shoulders and everything else. They recommended these to me as kind of like a way to help address those few issues. So we're gonna toss these on. Looks like we're gonna be getting a 8mm, and I'm guessing that's a 12 right there. Soon I'll actually have my big toolboxes back, and everyone can go back to complaining that I have a messy garage, which, you know, honestly, I kind of miss those comments because I really just miss having a garage in general. So, alrighty. Well, anywho, you know, you never really appreciate what you have until you don't have it. Isn't it the way of the world, though? What was that band that did the "You Don't Know What You Got Till It's Gone" from the 80s? You know, someone please chime into the comments section. Let me know. I should actually know it off the top of my head since I'm such a fan of 80s music. Though generally my stuff is more relegated to new wave and not so much hair metal. But hey, I still like myself some Rat and REO Speedwagon and all that. You gotta appreciate a pack of cigarettes rolled up in the sleeve and a bit of headbanging. That's what makes the world go around. Alrighty. Anywho. And of course, the golden rule, you're always missing either your 8 or your 10mm when you're working on bikes. I think that should do the trick. Oh yeah, like a glove. Anywho, the instructions are on the back. Take your subframe bolt out, put the Steg Peg over it. Oh my goodness. I might have to eat my Wheaties to get this out. Also, upon viewer advice / request, I've tried to make my field of vision a little more narrow for these how-to videos. I've been using wide and super wide, which is apparently hard to see for folks. So thanks for the advice. appreciate any advice. Constructive criticism is great criticism. Well, even unconstructive criticism is handy at times. I'm assuming the idea is to mount it like this. And take the plastic off the end of it. Well, it certainly does appear to make sense like that. Yeah, I will grab a Allen wrench for this here in a little bit. And I have a little bit of foam here, it looks like, to keep you from ruining your number plate. Though my foam was partially coming off. The foams. So anyhow. Like literally the instructions are remove existing lower subframe, lower side cover bolts for motorcycles, and pre-assembled correct bolt spaces are fitting. Remove plastic from bolt threads and mount steg pegs to the sides of the motorcycle. And put the rubber in the middle position, which looks like it's comes already kind of in the middle position. I'm gonna set it to the middle position, see what I think. Quite honestly, I'm kind of fascinated by this product. I get some mixed reviews on it. There are folks that suggested it, and other folks are like, nah, you shouldn't use that, blah, blah, it's a crutch. You already use a recluse, it's enough of a handicap. Well, if you guys haven't noticed, I'm not exactly the world's best rider. So, yeah, I'll gladly take my handicap. I'm also considering trying out those tire mousse balls, so if any of you have any experience with that, you know, I'm all ears. Thinking about getting a second set of wheels for this, since it seems like I wind up having to ride this bike a lot more. Me and the YZ. I love the YZ, but me and the YZ don't always get along, you know? It's like a relationship where, you know, I ask to do things like ride on a regular basis. And it's kind of like, no, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and break down on you. It's part of the reason why I sent it off to the shop. I normally do all my own work, but you know. Just had a little bit of bad luck. Now I'm going to have to change these number plates. I'm going to be in the over 38 class, amateur class next year. So I'll be taking these pretty much right back off. Well, it's a pretty smart install. So pretty much from what I gather, you stand up, and yes, I've already put my shoe grips on this. Have these frame guard grips, and now we're rocking steg pegs. And as you stand up, you hit the steg peg there, and it holds your boot and back leg in place. And this is also not a 12mm. It looks like a 13 or 14. Well, it colored me surprised. Yeah, it's gonna be nice not just digging out of these old socket kits I have laying around the house. Tell you what, do appreciate having all of them around though. And I guess technically I should do a review on the flywheel weight on this, but I haven't been out to the woods yet. Alright, so we're setting it to the middle spot as it suggests. Alright. Well, this is really simple concept. They also say only have 2 of these pegs. If this doesn't give you enough grip, only stack up 2 of these at a time. So I find it a little curious, but I don't question it. But the other idea I've had, assuming the house remodel doesn't break me, which so far is doing a pretty good job of that. My wall is definitely feeling lighter throughout this entire process. Well, really, I was thinking about getting a second set of wheels for this bike and putting in those tire mousse balls. They were noted on Highland Cycles, if you follow their content, which I would suggest you do. This guy's becoming the authoritative source on the new KTM TDI bikes. And actually, I got into his content when he was doing all the Panthera electric start stuff for the YZ250, because that one, you know, it's real close to home. And thanks to cost overruns on my remodel, we're keeping the YZ250 for another racing season. Actually, hopefully, we're doing a full racing season, and not this 3 or 4 races sort of deal. But yeah, after watching his videos on the Panthera, I kind of had second thoughts. Also, my mechanic had some comments about it as well. Oh goodness. Get over here. And quite honestly, I'm not that feeble to the point where I can't kickstart a bike yet. I mean, you know, I might be feeble and slow, but I can still kickstart a dirt bike. So anywho, we'll be seeing more of the YZ eventually. I'll be doing the same thing to that bike as far as installing these pegs on it. And yeah, hopefully I get my truck back next week, and we're gonna take this thing out, I'm thinking, to Twin Hills to do some somewhat difficult riding. Granted, you know, hard enduro is not really my cup of tea. Quite honestly, if you guys give me my choice of what I like to ride, take me out to the desert and have me, you know, blast 4th or 5th gear, 70 miles an hour in the desert. I mean, rock crawling is, I can see the charm in it. And, you know, having had a bad come off at 60 plus miles an hour on a dirt bike when I was younger, part of the reason why the left hand side of my body doesn't work very well. Yeah, it's a bit more appealing, the thought of coming off at 4 or 5 miles per hour on a rock garden than 70, 80 miles per hour in a sandy set of desert whoops. Well, the Steg Pegz right here. We're already set dead center on this side. I'm curious to see how these work. So the next time I get to ride, hopefully I'll work on my tools. Before I do the bar vibration video, I'm definitely going to take this thing out to the woods and just kind of give the flywheel its own attention, kind of gather my thoughts on that. For street riding so far, I absolutely love it. I got me a 3rd gear wheelie, which kind of surprised me on the bike. Actually, kind of, I needed to change of pants after that, so to speak. But curious to see what it's like in the woods, and I'd like to, you know, get these and these Steg Pegz and, you know, kind of gather my thoughts about that. Then after that, I'll do some more tooling and wrenching, but really I need to do some riding, to be honest. Now, sorry to have you guys listen to me gild the lily while I toss some Steg Pegz on, but you know, it's been a bit since I've had a, you know, video where we just kind of catch up on things. At any rate, if you like the content, like and subscribe. And if you don't, feel free to criticize me harshly. I accept, you know, strong language and attaboys. You can also whip me, beat me, and make me write hot checks. And if this remodel keeps on going at a pace, those checks will be so hot, you can feel them from wherever you're at in internet land. Well, look forward to the next one. Have a good one, folks.